Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing my arcade machine. I know I made a slight mention of it in previous videos, and maybe you've seen it in the Arrive and Dirty video, but I thought I'd finally put it in the spotlight and let you guys see exactly what I did. As you can see, the Undertaker's on the side of it, which means that it used to be at one time a WWF WrestleMania arcade game. Which I got the cabinet after Katrina. It was kind of in rough shape, but I restored it. I got the coin mechs working, everything, it all works fine. You put quarters in it, works great. I put a new marquee up at the top because the one that was on it was kind of messed up. Plus I wanted to kind of change it up a bit. I got this game station thing that I got from mainmarquees.com. I left the Undertaker up there, but I took the WWF logos off of it. I kind of like that. The Undertaker's just there, so me being a fan of WWF and E and all that stuff. So, alright, what I did was I took off the Midway logo and I added some pinball buttons on the side. And we're going to get to that in a little while. But as you can see, this control panel in the front and all, I took off the faces of the WWF characters, and I added a couple buttons here, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The whole control panel was just taken off. I threw it out, and I put a new one. Drilled all the holes myself, put all the buttons the way I wanted to, and I already unsnapped them from the inside, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Everything's kind of neat and nice in there, but I got some guns that actually I'm going to put some, I'm going to find some way to put them on the side. What they're going to do is they're going to hang here on the side of the machine, so whenever you got a gun game, you just pick up the gun game, and start going at it. They're already connected, I just never mounted them yet. But anyway, enough of this stuff. I think we're going to get to some games, so I'm going to walk you through the menus and stuff and see what you think. Alright, so here we have the menu, and I use the front end MAME-WA. I find it to be the easiest to use out of all the other ones. They have a bunch of other ones like it's called 3D arcade or something like that, where you go through like a three-dimensional arcade just like you're walking into one, but I like to kind of get to my games fast. So what I do, I haven't set up the screenshots yet. I'm still working on getting all this back up because it did crash at one point when I was still using the computer inside as a computer. So I had to re-input everything. So what you do is you basically go ahead and find whatever you want. Let's see what this is set on. Alright, this is set to pinball games currently. You can go to select platform. I have pinball, 2 arcade lists, Nintendo and Super Nintendo at the moment. So we're going to go ahead with, let's see, arcade list 2, and pull some Killer Instinct to play. As you can see, all I did was press start and it loads up the game. And there you go, Killer Instinct's loaded. Now if I want to exit the game, all I got to do is at the bottom right here, there's just right in the front, there's a button. You just hit it and it goes back to this menu. And, whatever. I just picked out the games that I play. I had the whole MAME set, but I just decided to, it's okay, let's go back to Killer Instinct and play it a little bit and see what happens here. Alright, I have it currently set to quarters, but what I like to do is I like to open it up. Flick that little switch right there, and what it does is the quarters in. Alright, I'm going to go ahead with, let's see, where is it? There we go, Jago. He's my guy. And go up against Saberwolf, who always just is a big pain in my ass, but whatever. Honestly, if you're into Street Fighter, you're going to be more comfortable playing as Jago than anybody else because, he fights a lot like Ryu or Ken, which I like a lot. So, but alright. Anyway, you get the point of that. Killer Instinct, awesome game, by the way. Let's go down. You can see. I don't know. Well, why don't we play the game that this machine was made for? Let's go ahead with WWF WrestleMania. And you know, this machine kind of gives me some pocket change, because whenever I have friends come over, you know, stuff like that, I make them stick quarters in. That way I can have a little jingle in my pocket later on. This is Howard Finkel. Goodbye, Howard Finkel. Now we're going to go ahead and play The Undertaker. Now, a lot of people know about this. I'm going to show you a little trick that sometimes will actually freeze. Okay. It will freeze the game, but a lot of the times it'll actually work. I don't know if many of you know that The Undertaker actually has a fatality in the game. And you can read about it online, but I'm going to show it to you right now. Alright, now check this out. The Undertaker stands there. Bam Bam Bigelow. He's going to throw him into a coffin, which is off screen. And it goes down, and a tombstone comes up, says rest in peace, but it all happened off screen. Sorry about that. Not a lot of people knew this, but actually, Sega made their Sega Genesis games, some of them, available to play on the arcade systems, kind of like Nintendo did with their Play Choice 10, but they called theirs Mega Play. So, I could sit here, put a quarter in, and play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on there. I could make people pay for it. Freaking awesome. Ha yeah. You know, but I mean, it's kind of a cool centerpiece, you know, when you got friends come over, or if you got a party or something like that. A lot of people usually gather around to the arcade machine. Now let me get you on over to the pinball aspect, because I really want to focus on this. What I use is this program called Future Pinball. And you can get it downloaded for a computer, because it's all this is in here. It's a Windows XP system. And just whatever you want, they probably made a, let me see, like Truxton. That's a Sega game off of an arcade hit. And they made a table for it. A really awesome table, might I add. But one of my favorites, Halloween, for the Future Pinball. And gotta open this door here. We've got the tripod set up in front of it. See if I can get this done without knocking the tripod over. Yeah. Some quarters in. Start button. And here goes a plunger. Now the point of this game is that you gotta hit Michael Myers' face on the left side. Oh man, it sucked. You gotta hit Michael Myers' face a few times on the left side and make Dr. Loomis say, I shot him 6 times, and build up as many points as you possibly can. So, yeah, there was one time I shot him. So, come on now. You know, I'm not as good at pinball as I used to be. I used to be pretty good at it, because at the local arcade I used to play Pinbot a lot. And anybody who's played Pinbot knows that the game's kind of got a lot of hazards, whether it be on the side or in the middle. You're going to lose your ball many times. So I guess you could say it taught me patience as well. But this just doesn't seem to be working well for me. Well, that's what I get for looking into the view of the camera instead of looking at the actual screen. Alright, let's try another one. Let's see what we want to play here. I don't know. What's that one it comes with? That's a nice one. Alright, this actually comes with Future Pinball whenever you download it. It's called Sci-Fi Classic. And it's a very well made pinball table. So, I'm going to open up the little one. So What I like about this is if you you put quarters in on another table, it'll carry over to if you use a different table. So here we go. So just trying to get some points here. I don't know exactly what the point of it's supposed to be, but I mean, you know how some tables have an object and some of them don't. I think I'm supposed to visit every planet or something. I'm supposed to light up all of these and on the other side as well. So if I can get that. I don't even know how to do that, but I've lit up 2 already. Ah, right down the middle. Couldn't do anything about it. Alright. Let's play some Nintendo games. Here's a classic right here. Let's go around playing Zelda. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Why he gives you a wooden sword? I don't know. I mean, if he's so worried about my welfare, why doesn't he give me like a regular sword? You know, just give me one with a blade on it. Come on now. Get a wooden sword. What am I gonna do with that? Bunch of junk. Alright, so that's the Nintendo aspect. Alright. I go to Super Nintendo. I don't know who was playing Wiz. I never even heard of that game, but it's in here. It's in this set here. Super. It's amazing how many Super games there are. Oh my God. It's like, geez, you cannot get out of the Super games. It's insane. Super, super, super. You get to the S's, you're scrolling down forever. Alright, we got Super Mario World. One kind of pet peeve I always had about this game is whenever you start at any time, if you start in a brand new game, you gotta sit there and, no matter what you do, you gotta sit there and read that. Why do I have to do that? There's no reason I should. Finally. And you would think it'd be kind of hard to play like this, but it really isn't. It really feels like it's, I don't know, like it was meant to play on this. So, I mean, really, if there's any way that you can get your hands on an arcade cabinet or even make your own, they have tons of websites online that'll, like arcadecontrols.com and stuff. You can find all kind of schematics and ways that you can make an arcade cabinet. But if you can get a hold of one and just convert it, go ahead. I say if you have an extra computer, it doesn't even have to be the best computer. It can be a crappy computer. You can still play, you know, Atari games and a lot of the classics like Galaga and Pac-Man on it. I have a tabletop one of what is it? Anyway, one of those tabletop ones that you look down and you play. I got one of those from an old shut up. I can access the GUI if I wanted to also, but I don't know. I want to get rid of it. So anyway, yeah, but I got mine from a bar that burnt down. And I just stuck an old crappy computer that I found actually that somebody was throwing away. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless. I mean, look at this stuff. Wow, I want to show you these arcade games. Arcade List 1. Alright. Look at all these games. Look at all these games. These are just games I play out of the list. That's not even counting the 6,000 regular games that I have in there or whatever. You can get the whole MAME set. You can have people burn it for you and mail it to you. You can download it yourself. I mean, there's no reason to be bored at home if you're a gamer. So, this was my review of my Game Station arcade machine. And if you have one, if you have an arcade machine, go ahead and put up a video and show it. I'd like to see it. So, alright guys, that's pretty much it. So, leave me alone because I'm going to play X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Now you don't bother me. You still here? Go. A few quarters. right. Come on, Ryu. That's right, they're playing my music. You like that? A little combo I like to use. A little kick and Hadouken. Oh, what a mean person you are. Ah, you weren't expecting that one, were you? Oh, let's bring in Wolverine. Ah, I can do that too. Whoa! Sorry there, Cyclops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, actually. Wow, that did a lot of good. Oh, man. Well, it doesn't seem to work too well on him, but that's alright. I'll beat him anyways.